with vision. Before I back with a scram, I'm a bastard. It's a rap shit, try not to slam like traffic. With my feet on the wheel, my hands through the moon is laughing. Let's crash this. See the truth on the moon with a boom playing to be doing the damn to the dances. So I'm on through.
My apologies to Mercedes owners. I'm sorry. This is the northeastern district of Moscow. It is called Otradne. And this is where I spent all my childhood and my youth. I lived on Sannikova Street 1 with my mom, my dad and my sister. And this is my school, the school number 962, kind of math school. Later I'm gonna change it to 265. But math was not the main thing I learned here. This is where I learned how to drive. Every single street in Otradne have been studied and driven many times. I knew every single road here till its last turn and last corner. When my dad gave me money for my first BMW, I bought a 730 BMW with a dead petrol engine. And we had to rebuild this engine and spend $1,500 more for spare parts. And it was our first experience in such things. And it was the very first BMW I fell in love with because I did it with my own hands. I remember us learning the manuals, trying to understand which part where to put. And we could finish that engine only in 3 or 4 tries. The first time we put the timing belt the wrong way and everything simply broke up again. Anyway, we gained our experience. We call this place a Pentagon. And this is where I made my BMW go sideways. And this was the place where I felt what BMW is. And this was the moment I fell in love with it. So here I am, many years later, back at home telling you everything about this beautiful BMW M5 F90. Otradne, my wonderlands, where I vanish in the blocks of flats. Why do you need an M5 for? You may need it for everyday life. If you are a person who really loves to move fast, very fast, every time and everywhere. But the trouble is that there are lots of imitators. People who don't know how to drive such a car. They don't feel it, but want to own one, because they have money. But that's none of my business. My business is to burn tires. When I got an M5. What's so cool about it? First of all, it's the engine. It's a V8 with 2 turbines. And it's so cool, because it's light. It's not a V10 that feels and handles like a clumsy cow. Despite this car has no competition package, this suspension works just perfectly. You know, it feels a little similar to Porsche. I mean that people who tried PDK 911 Turbo S would feel that too. And I would not recommend you to put custom wheels on your BMW M5. Believe me, this car is perfectly balanced with its stock wheels. The only problem of this car is that the traffic can't keep up with its reflexes. Well, now you see the difference. These are 2 identical M5s, but mine has 21-inch custom wheels. And that one has 20-inch stock. So, mind that this show-off doesn't make your car faster. But when you drive an M5, a lost race will never stop you. Because when a BMW loses to another BMW, it is not the same when you lose to some Mercedes. What you looking for? None of your 500 super buttons will save you. Just fucking honk. You sure you found your launch control? Give a honk. What's wrong? A false start? No grip? You hung too early, I was chasing you. Oh, come on, man, just stop it. You Mercedes fans always look for some excuses. You've lost because of bad seats and the wrong car color. And my panoramic sunroof. Yeah, sure, the panoramic roof is the main reason. And also the wrong petrol. Sure, bro, everything is against you today.
West side, ain't nobody love me as a broke nigga finger.
But you have to realize what we are racing with. A Ferrari 812 Superfast. 800 horsepower. Good evening, we are exploring the philosophy of BMW M5 F90, and this car is so ignorant that it's bullying everyone today. I'm sorry, we didn't want to do anything, but this car just saw your beautiful Mercedes, and here we are. Would you be so kind to spend a half mile on that nice road over there together? We can just start when it's green. My heart is full of joy. I feel so good right now. My apologies to Mercedes owners. I'm sorry. Anyway, I feel good. And who cares that Mercedes had only 400 horsepower? It still makes me happy. Wait, is this X-Trail challenging us? Huh? Wanna race?
Part of me, I got halfway vision. Just a one look at it. If you're batting, I had to cut with a swing on my pass. I'm laying in the hills, got glass of scraps. You're trying not to slam in the traffic. With my feet on the wheel and my hands to the moon, we're flashing. Let's crash this. See the top of the room is a poo-poo plan to be doing with the dance and the dances. So I'm on through the room like an animal, fooling a master. But I don't got love when they hand with a boom in the act. I am tooling it.
So why everyone's buying a BMW M5 now? Because it's the cheapest way to buy yourself an incredibly fast, reliable, beautiful, cool, evil car that will meet all modern requirements and needs of youth and everyone who loves to race. It's a car for everyone and it can do absolutely everything. Wanna drift? You are welcome. You press the button and here you go. You want a massage seat? You are welcome. Seat vent? Not a problem. You are always welcome. Windshield hot? You are welcome. A fast, reliable, time-tested, perfectly tuned and optimized engine? You are welcome. It grips the road like some underbed monster, I swear to God. Nothing will make this car lose its control and traction. With a good driver inside, this car is simply unstoppable. Later in the evening, we met an Audi R8 5.2 liters. Now we're gonna compete it. It's the same engine they put in Hurricane, and this Audi has 600 horsepower. So when we tested the Hurricane, it was a Performante. It was in Sochi, by the way. So at night we made a BMW M5 and decided to race it. The result of that race shocked me so deeply that it took me a couple of days to realize it. You know what? This guy probably just saved me from buying this car. Okay, this time no lounge. Yeah, with no launch he's getting away. If we compare all these drugs, the results are very conditional and unique because we have different tire wear on all cars, and these cars were in different shapes. Also, there could be an extra weight or some extra luggage inside of these cars. And also mind the weather and the temperature and the places we raced at, whether you go up or down the hill, the road conditions. All these small factors influence very significantly. That's why I can't say that some particular car is much faster or much slower. The cars that were significantly faster were obvious. But you must know that not everyone who buys a BMW M5 use it only for some crazy drug racings or challenging absolutely everyone in a traffic on public roads and then just timing every tenth of a second to find out how fast it accelerates. It's not always about downpipe or cheap tuning, and the most of these BMW M5 owners are the people who simply love this car, love its fast and reliable engineering. And I can tell you that the only thing they want is to keep up with the latest progress of world car sport. And if you look carefully, you will understand what happens to Audi in Russia. And you will see these empty rooms. And you will see the level of this fierce brand competition, or maybe even a war between Audi, Mercedes, and BMW. I can say that Mercedes is much better S-Class than BMW 7 Series. Same as BMW is much better M5 than any E63 AMG. You see where I'm going to? What's the difference between a competition and a casual M5? It's the stiffer suspension and 25 extra horsepower. Despite that, these cars are identical. The restyling includes new laser headlights and a digital dashboard, and it doesn't matter whether you have a competition or not a competition. All the goddamn time, both of these cars will provoke you for some rash actions or for some races or other challenges. And it's gonna make you bully everyone in traffic around you. M5 was the basis from which origins other fast BMWs we have today. I can say it gave birth to BMW M8, same as it later gave birth to X5 and X6M. What else do you think these cars are? They're the same M5 but bigger, and they cost more. So if you don't feel like you really need a crossover and you don't need that high clearance, M5 will be the best buy for you. BMW M5 is wonderful, it's catchy, and very attractive. Here we have some tires left. And here we ran out of them. So what BMW M5 is? This is a nice, beautiful, soft and tender kitty, but right until the moment when you drop off your wife, your kids, or your mom. And as soon as any of them leave this car, the driver becomes Jason Statham with a goddamn minigun. You can say anything you want about BMW, but this time they exceeded all expectations that M5 fans had. This is exactly the car we all expected. God damn, you can't let this car out, it was made to kill! This is a spaceship! This acceleration is phenomenal. It drives so cool. This car is a f***ing arrow! So how can I finish the story about BMW M5 F90? I guess I should finish it saying that I like this car. And it would be ridiculous to say that I was not impressed. Well, I don't like it came out not the time when I wanted to, because I guess I would like this car to have an F body instead of F90. That will be a victory, and that will be a slap right into Mercedes' face. Luckily or unfortunately, that never happened. All I can say that if there's a BMW M5 F90 challenging you for a race, you'd better think twice about accepting it. Subscribe to our channel, hit the like and this bell. See you later, friends.